So today's really exciting. It's about sharing research around universal design for learning and how we can use technology to remove barriers to putting in place those universal design for learning guidelines.
This research came about over a coffee between Matt and myself, sharing joint passions and purpose and wanting to create something that could be used in classrooms today.
It's really, really important for every student, but particularly for neurodivergent students. So my research primarily focuses on supporting neurodivergent students to be able to be academically and socially included in the classroom. And what we want to do is allow everyone to be able to access the learning they need, including our neurodivergent students, so we don't have to single out individual students. It's just the idea that everyone gets what they need through universally designed lessons. There's three really important key findings from the research. The first one was the fact that we really need to have more student-centered research. That in itself means we need to give voice to young people about what they think is working for them in their learning. We also need to be able to think about how we're using technologies in such a way that aligns with how students learn.
We know that more technology in classrooms does not equal better outcomes. So it's about having the right technology and using it in the right way to make sure that we're not only impacting the outcomes for our students, but also our teachers.
So we know there's a science of learning around how students learn, and we need to align our research around that, our teaching around that, and what this actually looks like at the classroom level. The third real key takeaway is social inclusion is as important as academic inclusion. We need students feeling safe and happy, and then they're able to learn.
We knew that it was going to be impactful, and we knew that it was going to be well received, but I don't think I was personally prepared for how deeply it affected individuals. Both my colleagues that I work with on a daily basis, our teachers that we work with throughout Australia, but also at SMART individually, we had so many wonderful, beautiful stories about how this research has impacted them and their journey, and how it would have been impactful for them in their learning journey.
Partnering with SMART's been really exciting because of their focus on relationships in the classroom and that focus on actual learning outcomes as opposed to the tools themselves. And that aligned with what we're looking for in a research partner at the University of Melbourne. Working with SMART allowed us to be able to have those conversations about learning outcomes, about learning affordances of tools, and to really think about what we're doing in our learning environments, our classrooms or outside of the classroom, that are creating those conditions for inclusion.
The surprising thing for me was how easy it could be to implement these in the classroom and how much teachers are already doing. And if they just had the right tools, that they could implement these 36 recommendations so easily and effectively that could support the learning in their classroom and really increase the engagement levels and the social inclusion of their students. SMART had these types of partnerships with amazing organisations like Melbourne University, where we get to do these types of research, meaningful research that will make an impact on the ground with our teachers, with our students. And that type of research goes into our R&D, and that makes me feel really confident to be able to go into a classroom, to go into teachers, to go into organisations and show them how this research can actually make an impact in their classroom, in their lives and in the lives of their students.